the result really soon, instantly, and by performing any kind of shortcut method. They want to do so because they are in a haste, and they are hurriedly
Exactly.
doing such kind of things that anyhow they just can get the result anyhow. But this can't
Yeah.
be possible, we need to maintain our forbearance. How can we maintain this, grit? Because
Fantastic. What's about you, ma'am? How have you been doing?
I'm doing great, and thank you for asking, and things are going really well. Thank you for asking, and welcome to the session. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, why not? So, I'm going to introduce myself. This is Nishi. Basically, I am from Bihar, but I'm connecting you from Delhi. I stay with my family. I completed my graduation in 2022, and having completed graduation, I have joined company where I'm working as a quality analyst, where I audit the calls and give the feedback to them. If I talk about my hobbies, I love listening songs, depends on my mood, and reading the books. And I have started my YouTube channel when I record the conversation. I share my experience over there. That's all.
Great, great. Good to hear that. Okay. Would you like me to introduce?
Definitely, ma'am. We are interacting first time, so I would request if
Yeah.
you could you please share your introduction.
Yeah, sure, sure. As you know, my name is Nootan and I'm from Mathura. And I have just started working as a teacher. It has been 2 months. And talking about my qualification, I'm graduate from commerce. And yes,
Oh,
I'm blessed with 2 kids. And I have a YouTube channel by the name of English with Nootan Deep. So this is all about me. Thank you.
okay. So I'm talking to that ma'am. He's a teacher. She's a teacher, right? Which
Hmm.
subject do you teach?
English.
Okay, that's so great.
Yeah.
So
So
how's
yeah,
your YouTube going, ma'am?
please come again.
How's your YouTube going on?
My channel. Are you
Yeah, I'm
talking about
talking
my
about.
channel?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, it's
talking
going
about.
on really well. It's going really well. Hmm. Okay. So tell me something more about you. Like, what propelled you to learn this English language, and like for how long you have been learning this English language? Yeah.
Okay. So I started my journey in 2022 after completed my graduation and COVID was occurred across the country. So I got lot of time to enhance my skill. So I knew about the grammar, so I didn't put lots of efforts to learn. But in terms of speaking, I was stuck. So I
Mm-hmm.
started having a conversation with my Didi and along with some of people. The application name was Hello. It was a free of post earlier, so I used to talk a lot with the people. And after got the command of it, I left practice and I started working in MNC company. And after 2 months, I realized I'm struggling again while interacting with the people. So I just back to the guide and I have started my journey again. It has been more than 1.5 years so far.
Okay, great, great. Yeah. So do you think that once you are not into this, meaning you are not conversing with the people in English, so do you feel that you are somewhere lagging behind and you are struggling? You think
Yeah,
so?
definitely, ma'am. Certainly, I can say one thing here. When I started my journey, that time everything was going with a flow. But when I stopped myself, I can say I was like a more confident. So I stuck somewhere because I didn't practice a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
I was not able to convey myself more effectively, which was required. And that was a moment which realized me I am just lacking somewhere. And again, I have to start my journey.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Great. So how do you take this? So many people they are totally in rush, like they are doing things in haste, hurriedly they do the things. Sometimes they'll end up with the, becoming really, underconfident, and they sometimes they end up making things ruined just because of being this much hurried, and doing the things in a very hasty manner. So how do you take this? Should we do so, and should we become like this, doing the things in a very hurried way? you know are you
Yeah,
getting my point, what
first,
I'm trying to say?
yeah, yeah. First of all, ma'am, I can say we are trying to learn the language. It's not a piece of cake you are not that much lucky to just serve the food. You have to prepare yourself. So that what I did in an initial time, and when I was not able to convey myself, so I took my first step. I learned one structure. I used to practice a lot. I broke the sentence completely. I stuck. So I didn't think now I have to hurry. Sometimes we demotivate. Sometimes we see we have given 6 months, 3 months, but still we are struggling with that. So it's a long time of journey. So you have to be consistent. And second thing would be that nothing can be in a hurry. If you are trying to do any task and you will do in a hurry, so everything will mess up. So try to take a first step and gradually you will able to convey yourself. So English should be if I want to learn Punjabi language and any kind of language, so I have to learn from their alphabets. And when I know about the alphabets, words, sentences, then I'll able to create a proper paragraph of it. So
Exactly.
that's a step which we have to follow.
Yeah, same with any languages, and you have to go through these, terms, and you have to do things event by event, meaning you're not going to get the results so soon, and you need to maintain your patience level, your grit, because there are so many people they just can't do so. They want the result really soon, instantly, and by performing any kind of shortcut method, they want to do so because they are in a haste, and they are hurriedly
Exactly.
doing such kind of things that anyhow they just can get the result anyhow. But this can't
Yeah.
be possible. We need to maintain our forbearance. How can we maintain this grit? Because if you are becoming this much impatient, and you don't have the kind of patience level, so yes, you'll end up just making yourself feel really messed up, and yes, you're going to do the things in a very wrong manner. Instead, just retain this, and I think it
Exactly.
comes up in every field, this particular
Yeah.
behavior, becoming this much hurried. So it comes up in everything. It is you need to take the control of this particular thing. You cannot
Yeah.
just go
That
in
is,
a hurry in everything. Yeah, because yes, you have to do some things, like you have to put in efforts, you have to make efforts for the things that you have desired for yourself as a result. So for this, first
yeah.
take a step, step out from your comfort zone, then do the things. So it happens in everything, in every field, every terms, right? We
Yeah.
cannot become all the time impatient.
Yeah, exactly. And people, they have that mindset. I want to learn this language, but I have only 3 months, 6 months to enhance my skills and up skills myself. So, guys, it takes time. So you have to just hold your horses. And once you know about that basic and intermediate level, you will get it. Then it's totally depend on you. How much time do you want to give your practice? And what kind of strategy do you want to implement in your English conversation?
Yeah, exactly. And some people, what they do, they if like they are holding the whole authority, and they have some kind of staff. So what they do sometimes, they just getting their work done in a very haste manner. They want the work get done, so in no time, like they
Yeah,
just want the just yeah, I can say the easy result and instant result they just want, and for that they just impose sometimes. They inflict people that this work should be done in no time. So kind of doing such kind of things, being hurried. So not
Exactly.
every time it is workable, not every time. Because if you are holding the whole authority and you have some staff, so there's a big pressure on their particular staff's mind, there's a big pressure. And if you are doing it in a this much, hurriedly, so things can go wrong, and it could be spoiled as well. So many things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, ma'am. You said totally right thing over here, and you explained very well.
Yeah. So I think in every way we need this patience level, this grit we need in every field. Be it if you want to have a very nice result, the things, if you have desire in your mind, intuitively you are thinking something and you're doing something. So you need to maintain that. And yes, make efforts, because
Exactly.
efforts, without, putting in efforts, you cannot get the result.
We have to think out of the box to achieve anything because everybody is doing the same thing, but still you have to make more and more extra mile to get result as you want. Because many of learners they want to learn this language. Some of them they have a MTI, some of them they stuck to convey themselves, some of them they are not familiar with the grammar. So every person has their own way to learn this language and they know
Hmm.
where I'm learning it. So they have to start their journey as they want and just follow those steps.
Exactly, because as you rightly said, so many people, they are, running behind that rat race. It is happening. It's quite prevalent in the society, be it any field. And talking about accelerating yourself in this English language, so many people, they have landed and doing the same thing. It's quite I can
Exactly.
say similar. And similarly, they are doing such things like making conversational videos and all the stuff. But it's about what, like kind of good things we can add up here, different kind of things, so that you sound a little distinguished here, you
Exactly,
know
exactly, ma'am.
yeah.
You know what?
So
I have
hmm,
heard, you
yeah,
know
yeah,
what? I have
please.
many people, they have set themselves. Fluency can, fluency means speak in a hurry without
Hmm.
taking time to convey themselves. But right now, I'm interacting with you, which makes me realize be calm, be patient, and try to talk calmly way, which can help to just coordinate with the person whom you are trying to convey. But some of
Exactly.
them, they decided just fluency means you are not taking the pause, you are not thinking, you are just simultaneously speaking. So you seems to be a native. That kind
Hmm.
of mindset which they have.
Exactly. Yeah, I can totally resonate with this, whatever you just said. And so many people, they are, running behind, grabbing the fluency and, speaking like a bullet train.
Yeah.
But it's not about speaking like a bullet train. It's about the way you are speaking, conveying your thoughts into words. It should be really accurate, and there should be precision. And you should be taking some pauses as well, so that the other people, they also can comprehend you in the same context. Because not every, see, when it comes to speak in our mother tongue, so we most of the time we take pauses, many times we take pauses, but we never think of this, because it doesn't register in our mind that we should be taking the pauses, then we should be talking, then we should be thinking. We don't think these kind, because it doesn't register in our mind when it comes to speak in our mother tongue. But talking about English languages, so I think we have made it so massive, kind of baggage somewhere.
And people say if you want to speak in English, English meant to be perfect and English meant to be fluent. But I believe that if you are able to convey yourself with a calmly and which seems to you are just talking in your mother tongue and you are just interacting with the people, so which makes you more and more native sound.
Exactly.
As far as my personal experience, I have learned this thing from some of the YouTuber who says fluency does not make the sense. You are just speaking, you are using the fancy words and just
Hmm.
trying to pull somebody down. Now I'm good at it like that.
Yeah, nowadays it's really happening. It's really, I can say, prevalent, because so many people, they are trying to condescend you. They are trying to, just put you down. This they
Yeah,
use this much, concrete and advanced word. To me, using advanced word is it's really nice thing, but the way you speak, it should be really clear. If other people they are not understanding you, so you should not just showcase that I'm really good at it and kind of pretense. You should not be doing such things.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? You have said right thing. Nowadays, if I can say I want to be expert at English, so if I try to put the Nootan ma'am, and if somebody is trying to putting me down, so they try to some use a fancy word which can tell, okay, could you please repeat that word again? Yeah, could you please tell me that meaning? And if they so, okay, you are just speaking like a basic grammar, you are just speaking the basic structure of sentences. So
Mm-hmm.
it does not make sense. Being an Indian, we try to just used to learning this language, nothing else. And we do
Yeah,
not have
agree.
plan abroad. And we like because I have watched many videos regarding the English, and there are many native. They haven't used such kind of fancy words, which are Indians. They are trying to learn this way to put somebody down.
Yeah, this is happening. But one thing I would like to share here. So I think we are doing a great job. It's a big deal to take the conversation which is not in our mother tongue, take the conversation ahead, for 15 to 20 minutes, and not speaking just, normally, general talk, speaking on the topics and impromptu things, without preparation, we are speaking. So I think that's a big deal, and that makes a difference. We are not just
Exactly.
sitting idle. And
We haven't
to
the lines.
yeah, because it's a big deal, when it comes to speak in our mother tongue. This is also that time really big job to take the conversation ahead for 15 to 20 minutes as we are meeting for the very first time. So what more we can
Yeah.
ask to each other, right? If it is not
And
really, relatable.
And that would be the more courage which is required because when we interact with the first time via the video calling, we do not know the each one, but somehow we are just narrating the any kind of concept over here to have a good conversation over here, which would be tremendous things which we are doing right now over here.
Yeah, exactly. And that makes a very big sense because we are
Uh,
doing something. We are doing something and we should be, proud on ourselves. So you have any
Exactly.
queries for me?
You have explained many things about your channel, about your professional, about your simplicity of learning this language. And I can simply say one thing here, you are doing a great work to just convey your video conversation with others who wants to learn this language, but they are struggling with that. So you are doing a great work,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you. Thank you for your nice and kind words. Okay, so would you like to go ahead or ask something or just call it a day?
We have spent 19 minutes over here. That would be sufficient the viewers, else they will more irritate. Why I have to
Okay.
watch more. Yeah. So
Okay,
now
then
it's time
let's
to call it
yeah, let's
a day.
wrap up. And thank you. It was really nice and engaging conversation with you. Thank you.
The same things applies to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.